There has always been a lot of discussion of how modern God of War is afraid of its past ever since its story continued in the Norse pantheon, which I don't think is true. It was at its worst when God of War 2018 released due to a lot of reviewers claiming that God of War has grown up and that Kratos is finally a deep character. Every God of War fan knows that's not true, as there is evidence from the Greek Saga where it explores Kratos' character and his steady decline of his mental state due to the tons of torment that he was going through. On top of this, the beginning section of 2018 did not have much reference to Kratos' past, which made more people believe that modern God of War is ashamed of his previous self. But the whole reason why the beginning portion of 2018 did not have much mention of his actions in Greece is because Kratos was ashamed of his actions and was trying his best to hide it from everyone. He thought it was the best way to move forward and spare his son the potential turmoil of being a god. As the story progresses though, he learns to open up more while being less ashamed of himself, otherwise he risks losing Atreus forever. And in Ragnarok, it was him finally letting his past self go and being better. Valhalla goes even further with this and explores Kratos' worries of becoming a god of a new pantheon while also trying to forgive himself. I feel like this was the best way to progress the franchise, and even at the end of God of War 3, it set up Kratos taking this journey. If he went on another rampage in the new pantheon and retreaded the old steps of the Greek Saga, it wouldn't have made much sense for his character. Kratos at the end of God of War 3 was a devastated man that finally realized that his actions had tons of bad consequences and that people like Pandora were suffering because of his need for vengeance. Because of that, he sacrificed himself because he was so broken and actually did a good deed of releasing hope to the people of the Greek world. It would have been very weird for this broken guy to go on another rampage again, as his progression as a character wouldn't feel as natural due to some of the setup that God of War 3 already did at the end of that game. This all came full circle in the Valhalla DLC where he sort of became a god of hope. Kratos accepted that while he may have committed tons of bad deeds in the past, he also did some good along the way and he's still capable of doing more now. He definitely still has a bit of fear of him slipping back into his old ways, but he has hope that he can be a better god to the people and be in service to them. On top of this, other parts of Kratos' past was recontextualized in Valhalla, like him pledging himself to Ares. He made a decision at that time that he thought was the only option to save his people, and he did save them, although it led to bad ramifications later, which proves that his legacy has always been a complicated one. All of the things I mentioned above help to enhance the material from the older games while strengthening Kratos as a character, and also did not diminish the content from the older games. Even without the great things that Valhalla did, God of War 2018 still addressed his past and paid homage to it, like in scenes with Kratos retrieving the Blades of Chaos along with the stuff regarding Athena and Zeus. There were also many instances where Kratos' past was brought up in all of the Norse games and was used against him at times, while also being used to reflect on himself. So yeah, I don't think modern God of War is afraid of its past because the content it produced enhanced the quality of the older games while pushing Kratos forward in a meaningful direction. But I love to hear your opinions on this topic, so feel free to share them in the comments below. And with that being said, this has been 2367 Ruben, signing out.